Hello, Audio Marks coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned Marks wrestling fans to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Because
it's Rusev Day.
And welcome to this week's edition of Marks for Life podcast. I am one of your hosts, CJ.
And I'm the other one, Jimmy.
And we have upsetting news to tell all of you Marks. The Marks for Life Raw and SmackDown Predictions Championships have been vacated.
No!
So, last week we had two other guests, Joe and Jared. Thank you guys for showing up. And what happened was, at the Royal Rumble, Joe got the most correct. He got the most predictions, but he did not lay claim to the titles. Therefore, by vacating it, we will decide who will be Raw and SmackDown Predictions champions at Fastlane and Elimination Chamber.
Or do you want to hold off until we disclose our quote-unquote surprise at WrestleMania?
If you want.
Yeah, let's do
that.
that. That sounds like more fun.
All right. So it's vacated until WrestleMania. So wait, our predictions. Our predictions will be on Total Pride.
Essentially, yeah.
Actually, how about this? If we get the pay-per-view correct, whoever will base our predictions on a point system, and those points will already be added to the WrestleMania card.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
All right.
So total amount of points for both those ones and WrestleMania, and then whoever gets the full winner of that will get our new quote-unquote surprise that we'll be hopefully getting relatively soon.
Yes. This week, however, has been a crazy week, a very crazy week in the world of wrestling. And not only has it been a crazy week, it's been an eventful week, a historic week, you might add. We started the week off with the first ever Women's Royal Rumble.
Well, technically, we started off in Japan with that news, and then we moved on to Sunday. And yeah, I know.
I'm just going through the whole thing.
Yeah.
We had the Royal Rumbles. We had breaking news in Japan. We had a match rating for the first time since 2011. We've had debuts. We've had returns. We've had Hall of Fame announcements. We've had signings. We've had number one contenders and implosions. We've had new general managers and a top 10. And we're going to get all of that to you right now.
Oh, my God. Did we bring any water or something to drink? We're going to be out of breath soon.
I don't care. First thing on our list, right now, Kenny Omega lost the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship to Switchblade, right?
Switchblade Jay White.
Yes.
Which, he's okay.
Okay. But the bigger news to come out of it is that Hangman Page came to challenge Jay White, was getting in Jay White's face. Kenny Omega says no, gives the belt back to Jay White. And then Cody Rhodes comes out. They argue, and Cody Rhodes hits Kenny Omega with the crossroads. So it looks like Kenny Omega's getting kicked out of the freaking Bullet Club.
And also breaking news from, I think, either yesterday or last night, that at Supercard of Honor, it will be Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega at Supercard of Honor in New Orleans, I believe, is where Supercard is this year.
Nice. Good.
So so what we predicted going into 2017, that Kenny Omega will be facing Cody Rhodes for leadership of the Bullet Club. Yeah, so we can cross that on. That definitely happens.
Yes.
So so far we are already winning 2018.
Yes. And especially with Kenny Omega rejoining with Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment.
With the Golden Warriors, right? That's what they were called?
Yeah, so let's break down what exactly happened. So, like you said before, what was it? Hangman Page challenged Jay White for the
IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship.
Yep, and Kenny was stricken by it, and apparently what was it again? I'm sorry.
What's up? Oh, what are you asking?
I'm asking what led to Kenny being kicked out.
So it was Cody Rhodes and Hangman Page. They were kind of arguing with Kenny Omega. And
Because what I remember is that Kenny shoved I don't remember if it was Nick or Matt, but they shoved one of the Young Bucks to the ground, and they got upset, and then they left the ring, and all the Bullet Club members except for Cody left, and then Cody put on the
yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely shocking. I was not expecting that. What I didn't expect though was Kota Ibushi to come out though. That was a good moment that I think was a long time coming.
It was, and it's really cool because Kenny Omega, when commenting on it, he said that he wouldn't have been complete in New Japan if they didn't have a Golden Warriors reunion. And it's been quite a long time since the Golden Warriors reunited.
Yeah, what was it, 2012, 13?
Yeah, 2012, 2013, I think, because I think he joined.
He joined Bullet Club right, I think, after AJ joined?
No, I think he joined with when Finn Balor was the leader.
Okay.
I'm looking it up now, but it's been a couple of years since they've teamed together. They've feuded immensely and stuff over the past number of years. Let's see. He has been a part of the Bullet Club since 2014, October 3rd.
Yeah, so that's right about the time when AJ was coming in. And when Finn was leaving. Yeah, right about that time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
So technically, yeah, he was around when Finn was leader, but at the same time, it was right around the time AJ became leader of Bullet Club. So
yes, AJ Styles debuted 2015.
Oh yeah,
I think
early. It had to be early 2015. It was at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes, because I remember there was a little bit of a lull between when Balor left and when AJ Styles joined, because Carl Anderson was the leader at the time.
Poor Carl.
Yeah.
Poor Carl. Anyway,
I'm excited for that match. I didn't expect it this soon.
Well, it's going to be at Supercard, so it's going to be around WrestleMania time. So
that's going to be a good one. That's going to be match of the year right there.
I mean,
do you think the Elite will stay together? Kenny Omega and the Jacksons and the Young Bucks.
I don't know. They do a YouTube series called Being the Elites, and they had like this interesting storyline. They just dropped it at the time of this recording. They dropped a new episode, but the last episode that I saw was, I don't know. It was pretty confusing because at the end of it, you see Kenny with Kodo going into the rooms of the Young Bucks, looking like I don't know. It was a very strange scene, but at the same time, it was like, oh, they're gonna try to work things out.
Yeah.
Kind of, but I don't know. It depends on what the new episode comes out. I don't know. I don't think so. No. I don't know. I think that the Young Bucks are going to stay with Bullet Club, I think. I think that it would be better for the Young Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think it would also be better to give Kenny what he really wants is one more Golden Warriors reunion. And then after that, who knows? Maybe he'll go to WWE. Who knows?
Maybe. But like Bullet Club's, I don't know. Bullet Club kind of defines the Young Bucks' career.
Yeah, they did.
They've been a part of Bullet Club longer than their televised careers.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
that televised career, they were part of TNA for like 2 years.
Oh yeah.
2009 to 2011.
Then
2012.
You're correct. I was just like.
Yeah,
I had to think about that for a second. But yeah, you are correct. Yeah, but they're not the longest,
Right now, yeah. No, Bad
Luck Fale is the oldest, quote-unquote, oldest member of Bullet Club.
Yes, the longest tenured. But the Jacksons...
right behind them is the Jacksons, though.
Yeah, Young Bucks have defined the Bullet Club, what they stand for.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to imagine Bullet Club without the Young Bucks. Because there's an interesting tweet thing I saw a while back when this happened.
Okay.
And it was like defining the leadership of the Bullet Club, excluding Carl Anderson, of course.
Okay.
So it was like Finn Balor was redefining wrestling. AJ is the greatest of all time. Kenny is the greatest of the modern era. And then Cody Rhodes is mediocrity. And at one point, I'm like, I'm a Cody Rhodes fan, and I don't think I don't know. Mediocrity is what I would describe Cody Rhodes.
I think
but I understand
Cody
where
Rhodes
they're
is the
coming from.
resurrection.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to take a long time. If they do kick out Kenny, it's going to be a long time before Bullet Club rises again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're at that lull period again now. And they can't really redefine themselves until, Kenny is gone.
I think they can do it with Cody Rhodes, though.
I think they can too. I think that there's something special about Cody that people are kind of neglecting,
Yes.
and it's the fact that he's naturally gifted at this. Honestly, he is a naturally gifted wrestler, both promo-wise, gimmick-wise, and in-ring-wise. He was very underutilized in WWE, which is why people are claiming, in air quotes, because I know that's not true, that he's, not that great. But it's clearly not. From when he joined the independents, he's been soaring, skyrocketing through that. Now, granted, that has somewhat to do with part of his name.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every single independent promotion he's been in, he has rocked every single match that he's been a part of.
But did they get 5 stars?
I mean, do you want to go talk about the 5-star match now, or do you want to save that for later?
We can wait.
I don't know. I think, who knows? We'll wait and see till Supercard, because I really do feel like Kenny can put on a 5-star match.
Kenny and Kenny?
Cody and Kenny, my apologies.
Kenny Dykstra? Ken Anderson?
Yes, of course. It was Kenny.
Ken Shamrock?
Anyway, we'll see. I honestly do think that Cody and Kenny.
Kenta? Kenta Kobayashi?
Okay. Enough making fun of me. But I do honestly believe that they could put on a 5-star match. I really do believe that. And we'll wait and see in April if they can. But let's move on to the next thing. Let's talk about the Rumble.
All right. So the Royal Rumble was a crazy, chaotic men's Rumble. I really enjoyed it. Jimmy enjoyed it. We had a great time watching it. Okay. All right, you could take it. I was saying it so this way I could speak everything.
Oh,
so,
okay. Here, then.
Yeah.
Bad.
So, spoiler alert: Shinsuke Nakamura won the Rumble.
Yay! We don't have a thing for it.
Why?
We don't have time to do
Oh.
it. Relax.
But yeah, it was kind of crazy to see Nakamura win. I really thought that they would have went with Finn Balor. Just the way they were pushing him over the past month, they really made him that dark horse that you felt.
Yeah, he was definitely felt like a dark horse to be in there, but at the same time, I knew he wasn't gonna win.
Well, let's see, they beat, him and Sasha beat Shinsuke and Natalya for the mixed match challenge. Finn Balor reunited with the Bullet Club.
Bullet Club in air quotes.
Yes, the Balor Club. And also he got the seal of approval at Raw 25.
That's true.
So between all of that, I figured he would have gotten the push to Rumble.
I mean, it depends. We'll see what kind of happens, afterwards.
Yeah.
Because what happened at Raw afterwards is, the elimination qualifier matches, and he lost against John Cena.
Yeah. What the fuck, John?
Now, granted, that wasn't a burial. I don't think it was. It was a good match.
What the fuck, John?
But who knows? It might lead to something with Finn, and I have absolutely great hopes that he will succeed in that.
I think this could lead to Finn Balor feuding with John Cena. Have the Balor Club tackle.
That would be cool. I would like that.
I would like that better than Cena versus Elias, personally, because
Well, we'll see what happens. But
yeah.
there was a lot of really cool things that happened at the Rumble. We got the Hurricane coming back.
Yo, Hurricane coming out was fucking lit. Oh my god, he almost chokeslammed Cena.
But
He did it.
But I'm not gonna lie. When we talk about the GM, I could have sworn that they were gonna pick Hurricane Helms to be the GM for 25.
I
205
picked,
Live.
I told you who it would be though. I told you
Yeah,
last week.
Yeah, I know.
But
we'll talk about
yes.
it later. And then we get the best return of probably the best men's one in a very long time.
Dolph Ziggler. Oh.
No, I'm talking about Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yo, that was cool. I popped so hard. I'm like, Booyaka what? Booyaka the fuck? Huh? What?
Dude, he looked fantastic.
He looked great. I haven't
He
seen
looked
him
25 years old.
Yo, he hasn't looked that good since Eddie died.
Okay, that was a bit.
No,
No,
2006
no,
was his
I know what you
best
mean.
year.
No,
He's-
I know what you mean. I'm just saying that was a rough shot.
That's the best way to describe it. 2006 was his best year, and he hasn't looked that good. When he left, he was wearing an undershirt and stuff, so they wouldn't see how much weight he's gotten and everything. He looked like he never missed a beat. He looked as great as he did in 2006.
In that moment, the last 6 people in the Rumble, it was Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Randy Orton staring down Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, and
Roman Reigns. Yes.
What a moment.
Yes, Ruthless Aggression era versus the new era. It was amazing.
It was such a mark moment. Like, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
like we've been waiting for moments like this for like the past 2 or 3 years, and we never got anything like this until right now. So I actually generally appreciate what they did for that. That was
Roman
great
was
booking.
cheered. Roman was cheered.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yes, that was amazing. I was very, very happy to see that.
There's other great moments though that happened in that.
Oh, like Heath Slater?
Well, hold on. Let's set that one up. So
No, let's talk about that one now.
well, no, we have to set that one up. So you have Rusev and Finn starting,
Yes.
which was great. Rhino coming out is like, okay, we know who's getting eliminated first. Baron Corbin then eliminates him,
Yes.
and then immediately right after that, Baron Corbin gets eliminated by Finn Balor,
Yes.
going on a tear, not eliminating, but
Baron beats the holy hell out of Rusev, Finn Balor, and Rhino because he pissed. He's
And then-
so mad.
And then before he even enters the match, he beats up Heath Slater.
Yes.
And he stays down until the next person shows up, which is
Elias.
And Elias beats Heath Slater up before he even enters the match still.
Heath Slater slowly crawling to the ring. And then Andrade Cien Almas making his debut, the NXT champion, coming off an excellent match with Johnny Gargano. He comes out and then starts beating up on Heath Slater.
And he still hasn't entered.
Yes.
And then we have
Bray Wyatt.
does the same exact thing.
No, he didn't even do that. He just stepped on him.
Well,
Oh, no, he threw him into the ring steps
Yeah.
because he was super close to the ring. He was super close. And Bray Wyatt throws him, Heath Slater, into the ring steps.
And then the next person comes in, it's Big E.
And Big E
he's down. He didn't beat him up. That was like a very babyface thing of him. But he feeds him goddamn pancakes out of his singlet.
That was cool. That was cool.
We'll talk about the pancake,
Yes.
the rest of what happens with those pancakes later. But
Sami Zayn comes out.
well, it was supposed to be Ty Dillinger at 10, like he was supposed to. 'Cause again, that's his gimmick for the rest of his life.
Yes.
But then gets beat up by Cammy,
Yes.
and then Sammy takes over that spot and beats up Heath Slater, and he still hasn't entered the goddamn Rumble.
And then Sheamus comes out.
And he's about to throw him in,
No, Sheamus throws Heath Slater in.
entering the Rumble.
Yes. Sheamus enters the Rumble. And then Heath Slater clotheslined him out for a second.
Literally tying Santino's record. That information hasn't come out yet, but I'm 100% sure that was 1 second, and they got rid of him, and now the record is shared with Santino Marella and Sheamus.
Yes.
By God. Oh, boy.
Good.
So let's put this out in perspective. That was like 12 people that entered the Rumble, and it was already a great match.
Yes, because Heath Slater.
Of course.
And then what else did we get? We got Kofi Kingston's spot. Kofi was about to get eliminated by Jinder.
Well, first Jinder enters, eliminating the rest of the New Day.
Yes, he eliminates Big E. He eliminates Xavier Woods. He's about to eliminate Kofi, but then Kofi lands on Xavier Woods.
And then
Hold on. And then Xavier Woods like, "You're not getting out. You have to survive. You have to survive." And Big E comes out of nowhere with a plate of fucking pancakes. And then he's like, Kofi stepping on the pancakes, trying to figure out how do I get back in the ring. And then they springboard him. Woods and Big E springboard him. And then he just lands, eliminates Jinder, and just soaks in the moment.
and then gets eliminated right afterwards.
By Andrade Cien Almas.
So you know how I feel about that? It was a great moment.
Yes, but another great moment that came up is another debut from NXT.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yes, coming in at number 23, Adam Cole from the Undisputed Era. He got no eliminations, but he was bruised and battered after his hellacious match, his Extreme Rules match with Aleister Black the night before. And he gets eliminated by Rey Mysterio.
It was still pretty good. I think originally he was supposed to face Bobby Roode for the U.S. title.
Yes.
That's why it was kind of weird seeing Mojo face Bobby.
Yeah, no one likes Mojo.
But
I think that this is a great Rumble. It was
the best men's Rumble in quite a long time.
Especially since they didn't go with such a safe pick. They went with
Well, they went
Nakamura.
with I still think it was a safe pick. But
I
they
don't
went,
think so.
Yeah, picking Nakamura, I think that was a safe bet because
No.
they're going to get a great match with AJ versus
Or John
Nakamura.
Cena. They could have done that.
That's true. They could have done that, and that would have also been
Or
a safe
Randy.
pick. Also another safe pick.
Rey Mysterio.
Not saying stop it.
Roman Reigns.
I'm just saying that Nakamura is not the wild horse one would have been if they picked Balor. And they were really close, and I really thought that if he was number 3 there, it's like, oh my god, they might actually give it to Balor.
No, but John Cena fucking eliminates him.
Then And then ultimately Nakamura wins. And then right after that calls out AJ Styles. That's who they're facing at Mania, which is still going to be a great match.
I am going to be very excited for that. People have been clamoring for that since Wrestle Kingdom 11. So or Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Well, since 2016 when that
Wrestle
match
Kingdom
happened,
10.
and then AJ went over, and then we saw Nakamura several weeks later on NXT television.
Yes, everyone's been waiting since Wrestle Kingdom 10. It's been one hell of a ride, but now we finally get Nakamura versus AJ. I think Nakamura might be the heel in this.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I don't know.
on SmackDown, he's just like, I'm gonna beat you at WrestleMania for WWE title, but right now we're versing Cammy, but AJ, I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. He's like, what? Like, AJ, I'm gonna beat you. just leave it to me. Well, just leave it to you.
Oh,
I'm gonna beat you at WrestleMania. Like, stop it, Shinsuke.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I just love Shinsuke. Did you see that thing I posted on our Facebook page? By the way?
I did, and I was laughing because it just fits Nakamura to a T. Because it's just him in a fucking like Sesame Street thing.
Well, Japanese version of Sesame Street thing, dancing, and it was like, yeah, that's totally Nakamura. I believe that.
Oh yeah,
100%. But I have to say that was the best men's rumble that we've had in a very long time.
I was very, very happy for it.
We're gonna save the women's one for
Last. That's gonna be our main
topic. We're gonna just hold your horses on everyone. Let's go off on the what is basically being now known as the Braun Strowman highlight reel. My friend.
Holy fucking shit!
Okay.
Holy shit! All right. So, no one's challenging Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. He comes in, Carol Dulling goes like, oh, yo, we're going to have an elimination chamber. We're going to have elimination qualifiers because, someone's got to challenge the Beast, Brock Lesnar. So, Kurt Angle's like, all right, you know what? Braun, Kane, because you guys sucked last night, we're going to have you guys in a last man standing match. Yo, Braun Strowman takes 5 fucking minutes. 5-minute last man standing match. And you want to know what he does? Yo, they go to commercial, they come back, you just see Braun power slamming Kane, beating him up with chairs, smashing freaking, like, rolly shits into his face. And Kane got no offense in. Kane got nothing. And then, I didn't watch it live. I watched it on Hulu. I watched it on YouTube. Yo, they say, oh, Braun Strowman, he picked up the announce stage. Motherfucker, I didn't know. I thought it was the fucking table, and he just flipped it over. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. He's done that before. I watched that. Motherfucker picked up the whole goddamn stage. He was just like, Braun! And he just picks it up and just kills Kane again. How many motherfucking times is he going to kill Kane? And, like, he just lifts up the whole stage. The entire stage. Holy crap. And he just lifts it. And Kane's just there like, I'm dead. And he dies. But he somehow revives himself in the hospital and crawls and leaves. Yo, Kane is dead. Kane is done. Kane's political campaign is over. He is done. Braun Strowman literally has a I'm gonna kill Kane mentality. Because he did that with freaking Big Show. And now Big Show's dead. Now Kane's gonna be dead. Yo, he's killing everyone. Mark Henry, watch your ass. Because he's coming after you next. Holy shit. Who's gonna stop him at the Elimination Chamber? I don't fucking know. This motherfucker, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna lift up the whole goddamn Elimination Chamber and throw it on Cena. And he's just gonna go, Braun! He's gonna get eliminated, but he's gonna tip over the entire chamber with everybody in it. That's gonna be his next fucking booking. I swear to God. Creative's crazy. What else is he gonna do? Is he gonna lift up the WWE logo and throw it at the Miz Taraj? Oh, what's gonna be next? I don't know. Is he gonna lift up the whole goddamn ring onto Kurt Hawkins or Heath Slater? Because, Braun! What the fuck?
And that ends our Braun Strowman highlight reel. Okay, couple of quick notes. One, you need to calm down. People next door just saw us.
I don't give a fuck. Soundproof it.
But we are getting it. We're getting there.
Yes.
That's one of our other surprises. We are getting a studio. So just hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on. But yeah, I can't really describe anything other than how great Braun Strowman is. Another Braun Strowman thing is that they had their match for the Mixed Match Challenge, him and Alexa Bliss.
Yo, Team Little Big, fucking lit. My pick.
Did you see the ending of that when they had like the interviews with was it
Where Braun Strowman called Alexa Bliss cute.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Braun Strowman's gonna murder that bitch.
Oh
Yo,
my
did you
God.
see their training videos though?
Yes, they were great. I loved it.
I like how he's just like, all right, you gotta lift with your knees. He's like, I know
Not
it.
your back, only with your knees.
I
Let's do
know.
it.
I know you want to get stronger, and I know it's not an ambulance or a tractor trailer truck, but you know we're gonna start off small, and it's a fucking car. And Alexa Bliss is like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" She's like, "Don't worry, you got this. Just lift with your knees. Come on, you gotta use it as a fulcrum point." I'm like, Braun, you're saying fucking fulcrum point? Are you in fucking physics, 10th grade? What the fuck? You know the word fulcrum? Like, holy shit.
There's a little too much real Braun instead of the monster Braun in that whole thing, but it was still great. Can't deny that.
He came off as likable.
Yeah, he came off way too likable. I mean, not that he wasn't likable before. It was
But just like,
more
fulcrum.
human. Like, more human.
Yo, get these hands or I'm a fulcrum your ass. Like, what the fuck? I love Braun.
Yeah, so do I.
All
All right, let's move on to our next thing, which is some people new to NXT that we saw at TakeOver this week.
Yes. So we had the spotlight.
Shined on
EC3, baby.
which is pretty awesome.
Yes, EC Space 3.
That was just one of the things that I had to point out.
Yes.
Because it bothers me. It was never EC Space 3. It was always EC3.
What would have been cool is they did EC and Roman numeral 3 right after.
Yeah, I know. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But
like, it's cool to see him back in NXT. And then they did that interview afterwards, and he's like, I finally found myself. I found out who I was meant to be.
yeah, that was like a real moment right there, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, it's like a Drew McIntyre shit going on right over there. It's like I finally figured out who I'm meant to be and stuff. I'm back to kick some ass. And now EC3's come back to kick some ass
So
on Cassius Ohno because he's the glorified motherfucking jobber.
poor Cassius Ohno.
But I don't know who I'd like to see EC3 fight first.
I don't know. I would like to see with him. I would like to see Orny Lorcan or like a what's the other one? Danny Burch. Like those guys. Those guys are also jobbers, but they're also pretty good in their own right. It can't be Roderick Strong. He's #1 contender to the UK Championship. Did you see that?
I was about to say Roddy Strong, but yeah, I heard about that.
So that's not gonna happen.
Tyler Bate.
I don't know. Depending
EC3 and Tyler Bate.
From what happened at 205 Live, I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's Tyler Bates in 205 Live. But
well, in a special thing that we're gonna talk about at
Yes.
the end. But yeah, I don't know.
and
we
then,
could see him feud with Sanity. That wouldn't be too bad. See him feud with Adam Cole. Ooh.
yeah,
Well, with the Undisputed Era, that'd be cool. No.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about EC3. I never really watched his matches.
You're missed out. You missed out so much.
I heard a lot of hype about him, so I can't wait to see what he brings to NXT. I'm going to be completely honest. I heard the hype. I am on the hype train because I'm like, I heard a lot of great things about EC3.
I'm gonna send you some of his better matches.
Okay.
And some of his best promo work. It's pretty good.
Okay. But I heard a lot of good things, so I'm expecting a lot from you, EC3.
You have to hit CJ's level of, okay, you got to bring this really big because my height standards are Becky Lynch, Asuka, and
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. And if you can't surpass any of those three, and you can't surpass Becky, who's I think at the lowest
Right now,
point
my
of that,
expectation for you is the same with Drew McIntyre.
who's gonna be in ICW's Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
ICW's doing a Hall of Fame thing. WWE even put that on their social. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Oh, one other thing we got to talk about regarding NXT TakeOver Philly. We thought that this would be match of the night.
Well,
What do you think about this? Okay. Aleister Black defeated Adam Cole in probably, in my opinion, the best match of the night. Fantastic. I loved it. It was brutal. It was amazing. It was just great. And it played up both characters so well. And then Gargano and Almas, I'm not a fan of either. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't like either of them. Apparently, according to Dave Meltzer, that match was better than Black and Cole. That match was not 4.25 stars like Cole and Black. That match was fucking 5 stars. Meltzer, you fucking high.
No. You're high. I'm going to explain why. Yes, Cole and Aleister Black had an amazing match, but it was an Extreme Rules match. It was a spot fest, and that's the only reason why any of us really liked it.
I'm sorry. How many Omega
what-
Spot Fests has there been?
I'm sorry.
I'm
What
so-
storytelling possibilities was there in that match, other than the fact that Adam Cole cost Aleister Black a title shot? That's about it. You want to know what happened at Gargano and CN's match? Let's see. We have CN, who basically rise from the ashes of being a mediocre, jobber, mediocre jobber, mid-card level, when then he got ascended upwards to become the new NXT champion with the help of what was her name?
Selena Vega.
Zelina Vega, who by far does make his character much better. And then you have Johnny Gargano, who's basically the glorified underdog of the entire NXT, regardless of your personal opinion on him, which he is. And he's a
Overrated.
No, fuck you. No, he's not.
Overrated.
No, fuck you.
Overrated. I don't get the hype with him.
He's a fantastic wrestler.
He was
He's
great at
called
DIY.
He was, and he's also great on his own. He had a fantastic match. There was a real storytelling building in there. You always complain that in these kind of like, acrobatic kind of matches, there's no real storytelling in there. That match did have real storytelling in it.
I thought it was boring.
Oh,
I'm
you're
sorry.
ridiculous.
I'm not invested in him. I'm not.
It's because you prefer Ciampa more than him, and that's fine. You have that absolute right to do that.
I'm gonna be honest. I have not been invested in Gargano and Gargano since his split. That's the whole reason why I think like I can't enjoy anything with Gargano until this Ciampa feud. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's the same thing with Seth Rollins. It is the same exact thing because we had to wait 8 months for some kind of like thing, and I get it. I get that Ciampa was injured. I just could not get invested with Gargano because I'm like, the only reason why I'm investing in you right now, the only reason why I'm invested in him now is because he finally gets that blow-up feud with Ciampa.
But hold on, we're rushing a little bit because we got to talk about that at the end of our discussion on the 5-star. I understand that you don't have a vet. That's you personally, though. That's not how Dave Meltzer feels. That's not how the rest
Dave
of
Meltzer has a hard-on for Japanese wrestling.
Oh, okay. And what? The only Japanese wrestling that I remember Gargano being was Dragon Gate, and that technically doesn't even count because I was in. That's here.
This is
in
the
America.
same guy that rated Shawn Michaels and Undertaker 4.25 stars at WrestleMania 25.
Don't get me wrong. Meltzer has a problem.
He does.
But this one absolutely does deserve a 5-star. You're absolutely ridiculous. No.
I don't think so. I think that if it was Ciampa Gargano, yeah, that match would be a 5-star match.
Yeah, because there's a better story with that. But
Yes.
there was a great story in that.
It seems like every other redemption tale. I don't know. I can't get invested in Gargano until I see this feud with Ciampa finished.
Okay.
There's too much. I really can't. I think that I'm gonna be honest. I think that's the reason why I can't get behind him. Cause you're right. I loved it. I loved him in DIY. I did. But ever since the whole him splitting from Ciampa, I just can't get behind him. And I think the reason why is I don't even know if it's because I like Ciampa more. I think it's because I need that closure. And I can't get behind any match, any big feud until I get that. That's why I couldn't get behind Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I just can't.
No, I understand that.
I'm sorry
I still feel like you're wrong.
That's fine.
And you're entitled to your own opinion, and I respect that.
Yeah.
And I understand, and I do respect it. I'm telling you that you're absolutely wrong, and a lot of people actually do agree with that because it was a fantastic match.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying that
you needed something to blow it off first before between Ciampa and Gargano before that match happened. Which I think is that's such a cop out though. Like, do you really need that? Because that was a great match. It had a great story behind it.
I'll rewatch
great moments with a great in-ring ability. There were moments of that match where I honestly thought that Gargano was gonna win, and there were matches before even like the climax of the match where I thought Almas was gonna win, and Gargano just jumped out of it.
I'll rewatch it. You know, I think that I don't know. I love the character of Black.
I know
I love the match that
But that match, though, if we're going to discuss about Aleister Black and Adam Cole, that was a very spot-heavy match, and there wasn't too much storytelling involved in it. If we're going to be honest, there was way more storytelling with Gargano and Almas.
I think there was a lot of mind games as like an Aleister Black Velveteen Dream type of thing.
Yeah,
that's
there
what
was
I
more
enjoyed.
of that, and I enjoyed that a lot, which is why I think that match was much better than the.
I'll sit down
Cole
and
and
I'll
Black,
really
but-
rewatch it to try and see the hype. I don't know.
I feel like you needed that closure first before.
I do because
before like this title match.
I've been
happened,
waiting.
Which is fine.
I've been waiting for Ciampa Gargano forever. I've been waiting.
Yeah, we both have.
I've been
Don't
waiting,
get me wrong,
and
I'm excited.
I need to see that match. I don't care about any other match that Gargano is in right now, unless if it involves Ciampa, because that's the feud I want to see. That's the match I want to see, because I'm like, holy, like that has to be the 5-star match, not something like Almas and Gargano, which I still don't know why Almas is champion. Great for him, but I still.
Well, I
wasn't a fan of him when
Well,
he debuted.
No, I wasn't that much of a fan.
I'm still not.
Well,
you
let's
know.
break down the separation between this, because I feel like we're missing a prime opportunity of the reason why Almas is still a champion, and it's the fact that Aleister Black is going to be the next champion going into Mania.
I want
which
that.
is what I got from it. Is like, oh, okay, now I know why he's not getting it. It's because Black is going to take it away from him at Mania. That's
Yeah.
clearly what's going to happen. But the other part is exactly what happened after the match. So let me just break this down really quickly. It's towards the climax. Selena Vega gets involved in probably one of the best Hurricanrana Scissors things into stairs that he gave to Gargano I've seen in quite a long time.
Yeah.
From a woman giving it to a man, at least. And then Candice LeRae, giving her NXT debut, attacks Vega, which was also really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really restraining myself from talking about Candice LeRae just because of that thing that you showed me at before we went to Raw 25.
Oh yeah.
We're holding off on that because that's another topic. But towards the end of the match, Candice is taking Johnny to the back, and then what do you know? Our wet dreams are finally coming true, so to speak. And Ciampa attacks Gargano
Okay.
in the back, which I think was a pretty good ending to that takeover, by the way.
I think if Ciampa I feel like there was also a missed opportunity. I feel like Ciampa should have interfered with the match. I feel like that would have been the moment to do it.
Yeah, but yeah, I see your point.
I think that was a missed opportunity too. That's why I don't think as great a 5-star that it probably deserves, and maybe I'm just being bitter. I think that Ciampa should have interfered in the match,
That's true.
not just beat him while he's
no,
already
but then
down.
I feel like the integrity of that match would have been spoiled if Ciampa got involved in that way. And it actually cost him that match. That's how I feel. Now, I'm
but
I'm not saying it would have been good. I would have loved that personally. And I still would have felt like, yeah, that match would have gotten five stars. Dave Meltzer wouldn't have agreed with you on that. But I think from a pure actual storytelling, wrestling, good versus bad, actual climax, and all that storytelling being built into that is the reason why I got the match.
I don't know. I just think storyline, Ciampa would have just been like, screw you, I'm going to cost you the title.
Yeah, but I think also we haven't. Well, NXT also just passed. I don't think they talked about Ciampa.
No, this was all.
So next week we'll probably get more detail into that.
Yeah.
But if I'm Ciampa, I'm like, I knew that he wasn't gonna win because he couldn't get the big win. I could because I was the one that did it. That's what I'm thinking storytelling wise. That's why it would have went down that way.
I don't
I mean,
know.
that's just me. I'm not the booker of it. I'm not the writer. So.
Or he could always be angry at Gargano's like, why didn't you win? I wanted to kick your ass for the title.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, god damn it.
I don't know. I just feel like
It was gonna be an easy
were-
win if you won.
there were other avenues that I feel like it should have went with. And I don't know. I feel like the Ciampa return was expected. The Ciampa return was nice to see him beat the crutch onto Gargano's back in front of Candice LeRae. I feel like they just could have done that during the match.
That's true. I don't know. I felt like it would have lost the authenticity of like an actual real quote unquote loss for Gargano, but
I don't know, but
I
it
mean,
would have
that-
been a
that-
change though from what we've
No.
seen from NXT, which would have been great.
that's true.
You
But
know, how often do you see someone interfere in a title match at a takeover?
I know, but I think that's the reason why it got the 5-star because it didn't go into that route that WWE always falls into. There's always someone that interferes and screws it up for the babyface, and then the heel ultimately wins the championship that way. I feel like it was just an authentic way of losing that was like true to Johnny Gargano's character.
I don't know.
Now, I understand you may not like that, but I feel like that's how it was being portrayed, and they did a really good job of it.
No, I understand. I just
I know
can't.
you're missing it. I know.
I really can't get behind Gargano. I'm sorry. It's just I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just
I think as soon as this feud between Ciampa and Gargano kicks off, then we'll get a better idea of it.
yeah. I think that's
I feel
what
like
it is
that's what
because
we really
it's
need.
placeholder feuds right now. It really is. You know.
I agree with that. Let's talk about some pretty interesting news that happened in WWE.
Yes.
So Borash finally left TNA
Yes.
to be part of WWE.
Holy crap! And he's going to NXT Creative.
That's gonna be. I'm a little upset by that for a couple of reasons.
Matt Woken, Matt Hardy,
Yeah, because he was a really good head of creative for that gimmick.
Vanguard 1.
Exactly.
That's the number 2.
But I feel like this is a really good direction for Borash. Borash was a part of TNA since it started in 2002.
That's what I remember. Yeah.
16 years. That's going to be really rough for TNA going forward.
They lost so many people over
They
the
lost a
past
lot
4
of
years.
really good people.
All right,
I don't see
so
TNA
over the
impact.
past 4 years. Let's see who they lost. AJ Styles,
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Sting, Kurt Angle, the Hardys, the Dudleys, EC3, Bobby Lashley, McIntyre, Spud.
Christian, back when he was in TNA. But not for a long time.
Not since 2014.
But that's still part of the
Austin
16
Aries,
years.
but Austin Aries came back. Eric Young,
Short time, James Storm was a part of it.
James
and-
Storm left again.
But then he came back. We don't know if he's going to go back, though.
No, he left.
So we could see Beer Money back in WWE.
We
I'm
could.
so excited about that.
Well,
Mickey
look at-
James.
Mickey James, Billy Corgan.
Well, yeah, but not the WWE, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying a lot of people have left TNA, and that really speaks volumes to the environment that TNA is producing.
And it's not looking good for Impact, TNA, whatever you want to call them. It's a pretty toxic place right now. I'm not saying like to give shade towards TNA or anything like that, but like that's just the fact of the matter. Like you have all these great talents going into different places. Like, of course there's going to be a hole, and they don't know how to fill it.
Yeah, but NXT got a great.
They got a great bot. Like
Yeah.
that was one of the best
Like,
things.
not gonna lie, when Dusty Rhodes passed, Jason Albert stepped up and he did a fantastic job. Because he worked with Dusty. So did Borash, if I remember correctly. Because wasn't Dusty part of TNA Creative?
Yeah, he was when they started. Yeah.
Was like NWA. And so
Well,
not
yeah, when it was
not
NWA.
only that, we get Jeremy Borash, who worked closely with Dusty Rhodes and helped create some of the better moments of the Dying Impact. So it's gonna be great to see what he does for NXT in the upcoming months.
There was something I watched on YouTube when they talked about Borash leaving TNA, and they compared Borash to. It's not the best comparison, but technically it kind of
Jim
is.
Johnson.
No, not Jim Johnson.
Oh.
To Stephanie McMahon, because he literally did everything in TNA. He was a producer, he was a booker, he was creative, he was an announcer, and an
I would have said
ringside
Jeremy
interviewer.
Borash would have been Jim Ross.
Yeah,
I think that's a
he-
much
That's
better.
a much better. Yeah,
That's a
he was-
much better one because Stephanie McMahon will never leave WWE. It's in
No.
her blood and it's going to be in her possession. Jim Ross would probably be the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
with
when
that.
you
That's
lost
exactly-
Jim Ross in 2009 and he left.
Yeah, there was like a spiral going down for that until the rise of Punk. at
Exactly.
least. So I agree with you on that. That's a good point. But this is a great buy for WWE. They need to give him a good amount of space and let him work and do his thing.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of more people going to WWE, the coach is back.
Yes, the coach is on Raw. I loved it. I was so happy.
Well, we got to give respects to Booker T finally
Yes.
leaving. Well, he was okay. He was
Well-
better than JBL in every way
I
possible.
love Booker T. I'm one of the very few that think Booker T is a great announcer. I loved his shucky ducky quack quack and is always changing a Fave 5. I loved it.
Yeah,
I thought
know.
it was
I thought
great.
it was fun. I thought it was great too.
He was like that zany uncle that just commented on everything.
What the hell? Oh god, it was great.
Yeah,
And then the last thing that he did with Braun Strowman, shoving Michael Cole in Braun Strowman's way, it was great.
oh yeah.
But hopefully he's doing good for his adventures and stuff like that. But
I like Coach though because I like how Coach is like really bringing a whole new like returning and he's like I haven't been here in so long And this Braun Strowman guy's really scary. Like, I've never seen him up close, and I'm like, I'm scared.
Did you hear what he was talking about with John Cena though? He was saying, "Oh, why are people booing John Cena?" Because that's how long he hasn't been with the company. I thought it was great, but it also kind of like, you also have to really think about that for a second. Be like, yeah, like John Cena's actually embracing like heel tactics, like actually embracing it, and announcers like pointing it out.
Yeah.
What exactly does that fucking mean going forward? I don't know. I don't know if that was like meant to be or like just for like, oh, showing that Coach hasn't been here for a very long time. But it was.
I think it was kind of both.
I think it was definitely
because
both,
John Cena's been displaying a lot of heel tendencies. He only eliminated faces when he was in the Rumble. He eliminated Finn Balor and the Hurricane and Elias, but he was kind of like that.
Well, Elias is.
But he eliminated Finn Balor and the Hurricane.
Yeah, you're right. I'm shocked.
And then he's just like, I just want to go to Mania and stuff, and it's
Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know what they're planning with John, but at least someone's pointing it out.
Yes, and I like how.
So thanks, Coach.
We missed you.
Yeah, God, I really did miss Coach.
He was fun.
Yeah, he was definitely fun.
Yes.
Let's talk about more news that broke out during this week.
Yes. So, heading to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018 in New Orleans, Louisiana, Bubba Ray, Devon, the Dudley Boys.
1, 2, 3.
Get the tuxes! Oh, man. Congratulations, guys. I love these guys. I love the Dudleys.
Who's going to induct them?
Oh, man. So, I think it could be Spike.
Oh, God, I would love it if Spike came back for that.
It could also be Jacqueline.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
You know, Jacqueline giving the rub back to the Dudleys. I also heard about maybe it being Edge and Christian.
That would be cool.
That'd be really cool. Or
Do you
Tommy
think-
Dreamer.
Do you think the Hardys would do it? Like Jeff being the serious one, and then you would have Matt Hardy doing the whole crazy thing. I think it would be funny.
I think it would be funny, but I don't think we
It would
need
also
that
be.
at a
It would
Hall of
definitely be
Fame.
cringy though if they did it.
Yeah, I think.
What's the chances of Paul Heyman doing it?
Paul Heyman should be doing Goldberg. I don't think he's gonna do it twice.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He
that's
should
fair.
have. I still
Unless
think.
he I wonder if this year they're just gonna put all guys for Paul Heyman just to push through. That'd be interesting.
That'd
be a
be.
real different thing than what they've done in the past years by having different people doing it. But just having Paul Heyman just run that entire Hall of Fame this year, and then he inducts all of these people.
What are some of your favorite Dudley Boy moments?
Well, I liked yeah, this is gonna sound so bad, but I loved it when Bubba put Mae Young through.
I was actually thinking the same thing.
It was so good.
I thought of the same thing. I'm just like.
But
Mae
usually
Young.
anything involving the Dudleys putting anybody through a table is pretty good.
I just like that look after she's just like, yeah.
yeah, the look
The
is like
euphoric look of just like,
But also their return in Brooklyn.
That was
That was
cool.
such an awesome.
that
thing.
was nice. I also liked it when they reunited in TNA under the Aces and Eights thing. I thought that was really
That's
cool.
a cool gimmick, and I wish that they transitioned that over to WWE.
That was just
or,
another
like,
one of my favorite moments.
They had some pretty sweet moments. They were a really successful tag team. Like I don't think a tag team besides Demolition has that kind of honor. Like Demolition has the longest reigning. They have probably the most. I think.
No, Demolition doesn't have the longest reigning.
Well, not anymore. I mean, obviously New Day has it, but I mean Demolition had it for a much longer time. I'm talking about like most championships.
I think it's Devon and Bubba Ray. Yeah.
Yeah, they have the most. I
think popularity though has to go to the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, popularity I think has to go to Legion of Doom, but
I
like for
think-
most championships, period, I think belong to the Dudleys.
Yeah.
In every incarnation, whether it's them or Team 3D.
I think them as a tag team together. I think they've gotten 23 tag team championships,
Yeah, I think
which is
They-
insane.
they hold. To me, they hold the real definition of tag team
Yes.
out of every other tag team that's ever went through, the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Horsemen were a great faction. What was it? Not Rock and Roll Express. That's what went in last year. Rock and Roll Express. I mean, yeah, they were an old school team. Like it was cool.
Freebirds.
I have my own feelings about the Freebirds that I don't want to talk about.
Oh,
but
is it because of Michael P.S.A.'s?
yeah, and his long-winded fucking speech. It's just I don't want to get into it, but I have to say the Dudleys I think hold a real standard when it comes to tag teams.
Let's see. They've won. They are the only tag team to hold the WWE, WWF/World, ECW, WCW, NWA, TNA, and IWGP Tag Team Champions. So they are 18 World Tag Team Champions in the WWE and 23-time World Tag Team Champions in TNA.
Jesus.
Yes.
What is that combined total? That's like, what, 40?
No, that's 23.
Oh, that's 23.
Because,
altogether.
TNA recognizes WWE. WWE doesn't recognize TNA.
Oh, okay. So that's 23. Okay. That's 23, though. That's a lot. I mean, granted, that means they've lost 24 times, but that's besides the point. I don't see too many other tag teams out there holding that many belts. Maybe the Young Bucks is the closest thing I can think of, but even then.
Maybe. But nothing will get to the Dudleys.
Nothing right now, at least.
Yeah.
But, oh, my God.
I'm happy.
I'm happy for them,
And speaking of which, there are more Hall of Fame rumors about who's going to get inducted. Did you hear about them?
No, I haven't. Go,
So,
lay 'em on me.
Ivory
That'd be cool.
and
That'd be cool.
Mark Henry.
Oh, yeah. That'd be.
Mark Henry deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
Well, both.
Who would induct them? Ivory, I would like to see right to censor.
I don't know if they could get everyone, though. I don't know if they could get Val Venus. I don't think they can.
Or at the very least,
else was
Steven
a-
Richards.
Yeah, they could get Steve Richards to do that.
Steven
Richards.
Steven Richards and the Good Father.
All right. I don't know.
That
I
would
think
be
it'd
hilarious.
I think it'd be really cool if they get all the nation of the Nation of Domination to get Mark Henry.
Ron Simmons has to induct Mark Henry.
Yeah, Ron Simmons. It would be sweet to see The Rock do it.
No. D'Lo.
And D'Lo. Well,
D'Lo
no,
would be cool.
I would like all of them though as the Nation of Domination to be up there. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, Mark Henry deserves it. He's such a cool guy. He's really nice.
He's such a dad. Like, have you seen his pictures online?
Like,
He
hi,
looks like
guys.
such a dad.
Oh, he is. He's totally cool.
God, he deserves it though.
I hope that that's true though for Mark Henry, and I don't know how I feel about Ivory. All I know about her.
I
is
mean, other than who exactly? Who would you rather see
I
in the
don't
Hall of
know
Fame
what-
women wise? I mean, we have I guess we'll talk about it, and I guess when we talk about the women in Rumble and stuff like that. But
I don't know. I really can't think of anyone that's deserving of it right now. I didn't really think of Ivory. China would be the only one I can think of, but they're not gonna do that right away.
I mean, it's been over a year. It'd be 2 years.
I think they're gonna give it a little more time. But I can't think of anyone else that was that integral to the women's Hall of Fame. I
mean, they could try Victoria. They could.
Victoria.
I don't know, but I don't. Think
I'd
she
rather see
deserves
Mickey
it.
James over Victoria.
Yeah, I'd see Mickey James. I'd rather see Michelle McCool.
Eh,
But you don't think that she was?
I don't think she's Hall of Fame worthy.
I mean, I don't know. After this Rumble, I think she was
Yeah,
pretty good.
all right. You know
No.
what? If I was banging the Undertaker, I would get the most eliminations in a Rumble too.
Whoa, easy, pal, easy. Okay, we'll definitely talk about that later. We'll definitely talk.
Yes.
about it. But I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see those two though going. I think Mark Henry more so, but
yes.
but it'd be cool to see both.
Yeah. Let's move on to our next topic. I think you should talk about this one.
All right, hold on.
It's Rusev Day.
Yes, finally, we get some good news for Rusev. Some really, really good over news. Rusev becomes the #1 contender for the U.S. Championship, facing Bobby Roode at Fastlane.
No, he's facing him next week.
Next week. That's even better. I'm so excited about this. Oh, my God.
You do know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, he's going to lose, but that's besides the point. Well, I don't know. It depends. I honestly believe that Rusev and Aiden English right now are way more over than Bobby Roode is. I honestly believe that.
Do you think a double turn will happen?
Oh, God, I would love that so
But
much.
here's the thing. You do know that Dolph Ziggler's back now.
Yeah, I know.
And
That's
it's gonna be Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby at Fastlane.
Oh, my God.
And then we can have a fatal 4-way. Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, because we need to find something to do for Randy.
Was he going to be at Mania this year?
Fuck if I know. Probably.
Oh,
And
God.
Rusev Day. And,
God,
then Rusev finally wins at Mania.
Oh, God. That would
With
be.
a tank.
I hope he comes out to a tank again this year.
He
Mania.
needs a tank.
And then Aiden. Oh, that'd be great. And Aiden English comes towards the front, introducing him. Oh, God. It'd be great.
Oh, my God. No. Rusev Day gets a choir. They get a whole choir.
And it's led by Aiden English.
Yes.
Oh, God, yes. I can imagine it right now. Oh, God. I want so many good things for Rusev. He really does
There's a
deserve it.
choir and an orchestra, and Rusev just coming down with a tank.
Oh, my God. It's so great.
Yeah, but Rusev's gonna
Rusev's
lose.
probably going to lose, though.
Sorry,
but,
sorry, Rusev.
But, man, if he wins, though, oh, my God. Can you
That pop's
imagine?
gonna be huge.
That pop would be
In
huge.
Iowa.
Oh God! If he wins, I'm making this declaration right now. If he wins on Tuesday, I will go and buy a T-shirt. I will buy one T-shirt for me, and I'll buy a T-shirt for you.
You should buy a calendar or a mug instead. Save me some money.
I will be buying something off of WWE.com involving Rusev, and I will be posting it for this podcast specifically for next week.
He's not gonna win though. Save your money.
But let's move on to the next thing because that really got me.
Yo, Cammy is freaking exploding! Holy crap!
Well, maybe I don't know.
All right, so it's Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens next week, with the winner facing AJ Styles at Fastlane. During the tag match, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus AJ and Nakamura. Kevin was left to fend for himself while Sami went to the back.
Well, exactly, and he gave his reason why. Kevin is a former Universal Champion, a former U.S. Champion, former Intercontinental Champion. Sami hasn't won shit since getting to the main roster. It's his turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yup.
Let's just I don't know if Kevin's gonna take that personally. The history involved in that, he probably will.
Yup.
And it's gonna be great though. And then we'll probably see another Sami versus Kevin.
Yup.
Who knows?
But it's gonna be Sami Zayn as a heel.
Yeah, which would be great.
Kevin Owens has to be face. He's
Yep.
been a heel for the past 4 years.
Yep.
Sami Zayn just turned heel.
Yep.
Sami Zayn's more annoying than Kevin Owens.
Hell yep.
There you go. Grudge match. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at Mania. Loser leaves SmackDown.
Yes.
Yup.
Yep. Sorry, I missed on
That's our opinion on Implosion.
I got really excited on that. So that's
yeah.
why
I think that's how it's gonna end because they can't be on the same show together.
No, not at this point.
Yeah. So I think that Kevin Owens is going to lose against Sami. Sami's gonna stay on SmackDown, and Kevin Owens is gonna go back to Raw.
Yep.
All right. Anything else to add?
No. I mean, Sami had his mixed match challenge match with Braun Strowman. They lost. So.
Poor Becky. She lost on her
But
birthday.
that was a really good match, though. And I think
yeah.
they're going to get the real better sympathy points. They might be the ones that might get it, the second
the
chance.
rematch.
They might.
That'd be cool.
They might get that fan vote rematch. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it
Yo,
would be
Becky
cool.
Bay. Becky
And it was her
Bay Boa.
and it was her birthday.
They
and they
sang
lost
happy birthday to her.
during the match. It was great.
Becky Bay Boa, baby.
All right, let's move on to more another thing.
Yo, we got a Rockstar GM for 205 Live, and it's Spudlicious, baby. With Drake Maverick.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay, 2-1 odds. Did Vince come up with that name? And if he did, what porn was he watching when he came up with that name?
Yo, he was watching some Joey Ryan shit.
He was definitely talking to Tommy Dreamer somewhere, definitely behind stage at one point, and be like, "Yeah, you should probably come up with a name for him." He's like, "Oh, what's a good porn name, Tommy?"
Like, what the fuck, Drake Maverick?
That's such a porn star name, and it's so.
I am so happy, though, that Spud is GM. I called it. I'm like, yo, Spud has to be GM.
Which is, and it's a little different for a GM because this is a GM that could actually work.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, Kurt Angle can work. It's just
Yep.
they're still holding off on that until
Angle has to stop.
Yeah,
He has to stop. Stop.
And we have no idea if Daniel Bryan is going to. If he doesn't go past Mania, then he's leaving.
His
the
best
company.
chance was Royal Rumble. So
Yeah, his best chance was going to be Royal Rumble. If he doesn't go at Mania, he's going to be leaving, and he's going to go to All In. So
yes.
that's what's going to happen.
But going back to Drake Maverick, I'm very excited to see how he takes his GM role.
But I mean, he did a pretty commanding thing when he said he was announcing a 16-man tournament for a new cruiserweight
I am
champion.
so happy about that. You have no idea. This is the reset button I've been waiting for.
Yeah, I know. So thank you,
they're
Drake
finally
Maverick, Rockstar Spud.
Being taken seriously as 205 Live. They're being taken seriously as a brand with this general manager.
Yeah, and I'm excited about this tournament. 2 people I think already qualified for the next round. It was Cedric Alexander and
Yes.
TJP.
Yes, which I'm happy TJP should go the distance, in my opinion, because TJP won the last tournament.
Yes, but it should also be Cedric Alexander because he should be the champ.
Oh, yeah. I think it's Hideo Itami next week, which I want to see Itami versus Alexander.
Ooh, that'd be so good.
I think they're going to bring up Oni Lorcan to fill up one of the spots. And Tyler Bates going to show up too, right?
Yep.
Who's he versing?
I don't know yet. I don't know. We'd have to look it up. But there's also, I mean, there's still an open door policy for a certain masked luchador that showed up at the Rumble in the name of Rey Mysterio.
Rey
So
Mysterio should
if
show.
if he shows up, that
No, I have a
people
better
are going to
idea.
be watching 205 Live.
Hurricane.
Yeah, I don't think he can wrestle. I think
Yes, he can.
no. I think no. I don't think he can. That's why he didn't
Why?
take any serious bumps during the Rumble.
Oh, why?
I think because he got into a motorcycle accident.
Yes, you're right.
I think.
Oh man, there
So-
goes my Hurricane versus Cedric Alexander dream.
Yes, but that's why I wanted him to be GM, and that would have been great. But I'm really happy that Rockstar Spud got this. I wonder if he's going to insert himself in this tournament.
I don't think he will. I think he's gonna be impartial. I think he's gonna be a Daniel Bryan character. I love the suit.
Yeah, I know. I love this.
I love this. I told you, like, he has to wear the suit with the bow tie. He has to, and he did.
Also, what are the chances that we'll see the king of the cruiserweights come back? Because technically, with Enzo being gone,
I think he's done.
he's done, and he's done with the cruiserweights.
I don't think he's coming back. Too much bad blood.
All right. I mean, technically, he hasn't been fired yet, so.
I think they're gonna try and bring him back, but I really don't.
Well, the
think-
main problem with Neville leaving was because of Enzo. But there, I mean,
it
yeah.
was also his booking.
Well, yeah, but booking with Enzo, and that's technically been gone.
No, he's been upset ever since he was brought to the cruiserweight division. Ever since Mania, when he was relegated to the pre-show, and then he was snubbed from the DVD.
Yeah, I would be too. I would be too.
Oh, I would be as well. That would make me really mad, especially if I've been carrying. I was the sole reason why everyone was watching the freaking division, and you bring, I don't know. I think that
But now that there's this new light, like you said before, that there's a possibility.
it's a possibility, but I don't think
We
that-
shouldn't hold our breath for it.
Yeah, I think Neville's gonna go to All In. I think he's gonna join the Bullet Club. I think he's gonna be.
He's gonna join the Bullet Club.
No, I think he's gonna be. I think he.
I'm telling you, he's gonna
Or
be in
Chaos.
chaos.
Or- yeah.
No, not chaos. Evil. What was it? Ingobernables. de
Los
Japón.
Gobernables de Japón.
Correct.
Whatever.
That would be a cooler one. I think that would be a much cooler one.
Yeah, but I see him in Japan.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see him. I want to see him maybe one more time. If he doesn't, then I absolutely do want him to go to Japan, to go all in, go to the Rock and Roll Cruise, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
But he needs to be back in wrestling. Like,
Yes.
it's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
But definitely good things for the cruiserweights. Like, this is the thing that we've been waiting for.
Yes. This is a good step in the right direction. Now they just gotta change their fucking time slot.
Yeah, I know. Let's move on to the next thing. SmackDown Top 10. I kind of got confused with this, so why don't you break it down for us?
Okay, so the SmackDown Top 10 is being proposed by Daniel Bryan, who said that the SmackDown Top 10 would be a ranking system of the SmackDown superstars for those who would be deserving of title opportunities. It would be based on, it would be voted for by the SmackDown roster, but would be approved by Shane and Daniel. Now, this would be on locker room leadership. It would be based on athletic ability, promo skills, and also be based on wins and losses.
Oh, so this is like an actual ranking system. This isn't like one of the like a
It's
WWE
not by
ranking.
us. It's by the SmackDown locker room.
So would this can be considered made up, or would it be like
I think it's like half and half.
yeah? Because I feel like it is half and half.
I feel like it is.
Like this is a good
There's gonna be truth to it, but there's gonna be some
storytelling kind of
yeah.
like kayfabe storytelling stuff.
But I like this. I like the fact that wins and losses really matter now. They do, especially with a ranking system. That's great. They need a ranking system.
Well, they are the wrestling show, like
Yeah.
the actual wrestling show.
They need a ranking system. And the fact that they're doing this, they're doing the ranking system. Raw's not doing the ranking system. So that's a great way to distinguish themselves. And Jim Ross gave his seal of approval. I believe it was Jim Ross saying how it was like his back in
Back during like the original
yes,
SmackDown.
like Stampede Wrestling Association or something like that,
Oh,
where
okay.
they used to do ranking systems and stuff to determine number one contenders. And I love the idea of a ranking system. I feel like people shouldn't be given opportunities. I feel like they should earn them. And the fact that win losses matter now is great.
Well, also it puts a lot of pressure off of the writing staff as well, because they would have to write up the stories of, oh, why do they have to be number one contender? No, we let the people in the back decide, and then we'll write the story based on that.
Like, imagine if the number 7 slot defeated the number 2 slot.
Yeah.
You're going to go up like 2 spots.
And then that other number 2 goes down. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And-
I feel like it's a more competitive. It'd probably be more fun.
And remember when I brought up the Bound for Glory thing? How Bound for Glory did the same thing to determine
Well, that was based on a point system.
Yeah.
But also a ranking. But, yeah.
it's a point ranking system in TNA where the Bound for Glory series would be where
The number one contender for Bound for Glory.
yeah. And I loved that system. I thought it was fantastic.
I thought that was a great idea.
And the fact that SmackDown is implementing a version of this really excites me. I love this. I don't know when it's going to be implemented. I'm assuming after Mania.
Yeah, probably after
but
Mania.
I'm excited. I don't know if it's going to be specific for division or if it's going to be like everyone at once.
Well, they said SmackDown, like superstars plural. So I don't. And technically, there's no distinction between women superstars and men superstars.
That's
really,
what I'm saying.
So
you can have Naomi at the number 1 spot, followed by Randy Orton at number 4.
that'd be cool.
That'd be interesting, and it would really show that equality with the women. And I think that's a great idea. I really do.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
So I'm excited to see where the SmackDown top 10. Your thoughts on it? I'm gonna be
based on what you just told me. I think that this actually really is a good idea. It does bring reminiscence of the Bound for Glory series. I wonder whose idea it was that came up with that. Was it strictly Daniel Bryan's, or was this like a backstage kind of like?
I don't know.
I really want to find out who came up with that.
We probably won't know for another couple months.
I think it was a really smart idea. Whoever came up with that.
Yeah.
I think that this is really going to distinguish like a real like this is the wrestling show and Raw is the show about wrestling. So.
Yeah.
I like it. I generally like it. I think that this is actually pretty good because I feel like it's really going to step up and trim the fat, so to speak. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't see why anyone isn't excited about it. It'd be pretty interesting to see if that actually plays in storyline where there are actually people who are against it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty interesting going into Mania.
That'd be cool.
But we'll see what happens. Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to get to our main topic, revisiting our Women of Wrestling.
Yes.
And we're back.
Did you guys miss us? Because I missed us.
All right, so we're revisiting our very first topic that we did on this podcast, the Women of Wrestling.
Our very first episode, the Women's of Wrestling, really discussed. Let's put it in perspective for you. Asuka did not make her debut. I believe
the Royal Rumble wasn't a conceivable thought at the time.
James Ellsworth was still employed by the WWE. And was helping Carmella win the Money in the Bank ladder match for a second time.
The Women's Classic didn't happen. The Mae Young Classic did not happen.
No, the Mae Young Classic did not happen.
It was in his infancy.
Charlotte Flair did not win the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Ronda Rousey didn't sign with the WWE at the time.
Paige was still suspended.
And not,
and injured.
A career-ending injury.
There
was a lot of things we talked about back then.
There was no Riot Squad. There was no Absolution. There was no Natalya was in contention for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
She what?
She was in contention during.
Yeah.
She was challenging Naomi, who was WWE SmackDown champion at the time.
I remember now. Yep. I thought you said something else that confused me.
Nia Jax was still being used horribly.
Kairi Sane wasn't a wrestler we thought about.
Shayna Baszler didn't strike the fear into my girlfriend's heart just by looking at her.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Ember Moon still didn't win anything of importance.
Ruby Riott didn't win anything of importance. You know, there was
Bailey was champion-ish, was challenging for championships.
she wasn't easily given up on. Let's put it in that perspective. But we're going to talk about the women of wrestling currently right now, just because there's a huge
There's
women's
been
Royal
such
Rumble
a
that happened.
change. There's been such a huge shift. And looking back at where women's wrestling was 6 months ago.
To right about now, they main evented a Big Four pay-per-view.
Yeah, they main evented a Royal Rumble with their first ever Royal Rumble match. With their first ever one. And we're going to read the stats off to you right now. Do you want to read it? Do you want to read it or want me to read it?
Yeah, you read it.
Okay. So I'm going to go through the list of entrants. All right. In 3, 2, 1. The first one, we have Sasha Banks entering at number 1 and Becky Lynch entering at number 2. Sarah Logan at number 3 and Mandy Rose at number 4. Lita, the Hall of Famer, comes in at number 5.
Okay, at this point, this is when it actually gets exciting because, those 4 people that entered the initial match, it got boring, and we saw that in the match when people were even chanting boring. It was boring.
I think people were they didn't know what to expect, and neither did the competitors.
Not until this happened.
Lita shows up at number 5.
Which I want to add, she was wearing the hashtag Times Up.
Yes.
Like a little thing like on her shirt or something like that, which is a movement that's currently going on in like women in Hollywood and other professional jobs. And what I was reading online about this, it was not approved by anyone in the back, so no one knew that she was going to do that.
Oh, well, good.
So
Lita's the rebel, we all know. She wasn't wearing her thong, but she was wearing.
I mean, she was
shirt.
definitely wearing it underneath. Let's not kid ourselves on that.
That's true. Number 6, Kairi Sane, the Mae Young Classic winner.
Which no one expected that.
You know she was in there because Alicia Fox wasn't in,
Yeah, I know.
but Tamina Snuka, she was in there.
First one I think eliminated.
Yes. Dana Brooke, she showed up. Tori,
She eliminated quite a few people.
she eliminated Kairi Sane. That's the only person, and everyone hated her because she actually got an elimination.
Like, good for her though. Like, I mean, obviously I didn't like it, but good for her though.
Tori Wilson,
Which is a huge surprise.
Sonya Deville,
Pretty good, not gonna lie.
Liv Morgan, Molly fucking Holly.
That was a surprise.
Because I'm not sure if we talked about this, but Molly Holly didn't know she was in the Rumble. Her kids, her friends' kids were like, "Hey, Molly, it says you're gonna be at the Rumble." And she's like, "I am," and she calls up WWE, and she's so adorable.
Okay, so this is
Molly Holly's that cute aunt.
Okay, so this is something that I didn't realize until after it was said and done. Why didn't Molly Holly come out as Super Molly?
Super Molly.
Yeah, she was sidekick to Hurricane, and he was there.
I think it's just better just to have
I know
Molly
it was
Holly.
better for Molly Holly, but still, it would have been such a sweet wrestling mark moment though if that happened.
Yeah, but like the fact that Molly Holly showed up was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. She had such a sweet move on the top rope, just like Lita did.
Yeah, the Molly go round.
Yeah, it was great.
We had Lana, and Lana made me a
had-
fan.
She made me a fan
Because
she had a beast moment.
yeah, because Sonya Deville and Liv Morgan were just pushing her around like she was nothing. And then Lana's like, "I'm sick of it," and she just starts going Rusev on her, like
it was
Lana
awesome.
crush, and she just starts like beating up everyone. She got no eliminations, but she got my respect.
And then we got probably one of my favorite surprises.
It was
that
a
happened.
flawless entrance.
It was great.
Michelle McCool.
And on pure statistics alone, had the most eliminations.
She
in-
got 5.
out of all of them, and that was the most.
Yes,
She went beast mode.
she
and it was
did go
great.
beast mode.
It was great, and she looked fantastic.
Oh yeah. Ruby Riott came in at 15
It was good.
with 2 T's.
And then we get a very funny
Excuse me. I'm talking. Excuse me.
the return
Excuse me.
of
Excuse me.
Vicky
Excuse me.
Guerrero.
Woohoo! I am so happy.
And everyone eliminated her. It was great. It was such a great moment.
It was such a pop. I missed Vicky so much. I did not realize how
and
much.
another good moment that we thought was going to happen with Carmella is that she was going to get the Heath Slater treatment that we were talking about for the men's one.
She did. So Carmella comes out after Vicky gets eliminated by everyone
And Vicky beats her up.
with her own briefcase.
It was great. We thought first we swear she was gonna get the Heath Slater moment.
Yes, and then Natalia comes out to beat up Carmella, and then Carmella just retaliates. She's like, "No, I'm not
No,
going to
we're
beat
gonna
Heath
s-
Slater,"
we're
and
gonna
beats up
switch-
Natalia.
And then they're basically just to do a switch up, but no,
Yes.
that didn't happen because she eventually went in. But then we get another entrant, which was a nice surprise.
Kelly at number 19, which, fun fact, that was the age she was when she made her debut for the WWE.
I totally
They
forgot.
pointed that out on air.
Yeah, I know. I totally forgot about that.
We had Naomi at 20, who had
The Kofi spot.
the Kofi spot, and she was about to get eliminated, but she takes the chair from Maria Menounos, who was the announcer, and she just does like a kind of rolly thing.
Yeah, she does like a wheelbarrow with the rolling chair, kind of. I
Yeah.
thought she was gonna do like the little
Pogo stick.
the pogo stick thing.
But we
that
haven't
Kofi
seen
did.
that from Kofi, so I was cool with that. I was happy to see that. Jacqueline came out at 21. 22 was Nia Jax.
It absolutely destroyed a lot of people. Not the most, but that's still.
I was
still
happy to see Jacqueline, though. Jacqueline was cool.
Yeah, Jacqueline was pretty cool.
Ember Moon, the NXT Women's Champion, came in at number 23.
Also injured, just like Adam Cole was.
Yes. I'm like, what? Because Shayna Baszler killed her. Then number 24 was the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix.
And she tried her very best.
She had such a moment with Nia Jax.
Her and Natalia both did, and it was great. And then
Oh my
Natalia, in the true heel fashion that she is, eliminates her
Oh
best
my
friend.
god. I'm just give me a second, because I'm about to cry, because seeing Natalia and seeing Beth Phoenix together in that Royal Rumble, because they were there in 2008 when it was the Divas area, and they were the true workhorses, and to see them get that moment, I'm actually really
Yeah, I know. I can tell
I'm-
by your eyes. Oh, man.
I'm really about to cry, because that was such a moment, and you saw that emotion on their face, like, we did it. And oh my god, because they didn't get the respect of being in a wrestling era with Trish Stratus and Lita and Mickey James and Victoria and Molly Holly, you know.
But they
and
got
they
it that
ma-
night. They got it that
Yeah,
night.
and it was amazing to see that. And like, I'm thinking about that moment right now, and it was just amazing because they're hugging and crying and stuff. And then Natalia eliminated Beth, but
It was still a great moment.
it was amazing, and I'm oh my god.
All
That,
right, let me continue on it because I feel like you're having a moment right now.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I'll let
calm
you.
down.
Yeah. So we had number 25, the eventual winner of the Royal Rumble, Asuka.
Death by Asuka.
Death by Asuka, and she was great. She was absolutely
Yes.
great. Then we had number 26, Mickey James,
Yes,
which was a fantastic.
it was great for her.
Yeah, she.
Oh,
I looked great. By
Beth
the way.
Phoenix, the first and only person to have entered both the male and female Royal Rumble. Great accomplishment for the Hall of Famer.
Yeah, great. Then number 27 was Nikki Bella.
Yes, thank God.
Number 28, to a surprising shock to me at least. I don't know about you, but it was Brie Bella.
Yes, I was very happy about Brie Bella. I was shocked, but I was happy that she came because Brie Bella she's a goddess. She is amazing, and I'm very happy to have seen her in a ring again. And that was good. I was happy about that.
I think to be a part of that moment, I think both Bella twins had to be there.
Yes.
Then number 29, you had Bailey. Which
Yes.
was pretty good.
Hug life.
Hug life. And then number 30, which was a great surprise, was Trish Stratus
So happy.
looking amazing and still kicking it with the best. She had a moment with Mickey James
that
reminiscent to the WrestleMania match with the
22.
with the
WrestleMania
V
22.
and the crotch, and it was amazing.
It was just a moment because it was so crazy to see that again, to see those Trailblazers in that match. And that's what we really wanted to talk about, is what this Royal Rumble meant. This Royal Rumble had all of the most important women from the past
Probably
20 years?
about 20 years, yeah.
About 20 years. It has had the most important women on the roster
And-
in this match.
I also want to just add that all these women that were in there like about 20 years ago going forward, they could all easily get back on the main roster and get
Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Vicky Guerrero. I want to see Vicky Guerrero mix it up with people.
Trish Strat. Oh my God, her stare down with Sasha was.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, they could go for a match right now, and I will pay good money to watch it.
Yes.
That's how amazing it was.
Oh my god. Nia Jax and Beth Phoenix.
They could all easily go back to the main roster.
It was great.
Instantly be a part of that roster.
It was
and
amazing.
Build a much deeper, well-defined division by adding a tag team division within that. I think it
Yes.
would have been great.
It would be amazing. And the fact that we had this, that's really what we wanted to talk about. The fact what this meant. Sasha Banks lasted in the Royal Rumble for 54 minutes.
Setting a record for the women in general.
Yes.
But not tying with the men, but at least setting a record
She
for
went
women.
from number 1 spot to the final 4 with her and Asuka, and in a callback, it's like a new era versus old era. Them two, Asuka and Sasha Banks with the Bella Twins, who represented the Divas era. So that was a great moment in of itself. Sasha eliminated Trish Stratus. Like, that's crazy.
It was a great moment.
You know,
Sasha eliminated Bayley in a very heel kind of way, and hopefully that leads to something, because even at Raw the following night,
she was a heel.
She was a heel
Asuka.
against Asuka.
But this women's, this is truly picking up steam, and I think when we were alluding to the intergender wrestling, and you really felt like women should be on par with the men, I think this Royal Rumble put them on with the men.
Yeah.
I think this is what you really wanted. I think this is the opportunity that you've been craving. And
yeah, this was definitely part of that. I mean, yeah, of course I do want intergender, but this was definitely a moment that's like, yeah, okay, now they're exactly where they need to be in the women. So yeah, this was definitely a moment
Michelle
that needed to be
McCool,
there.
5 eliminations. She got the most eliminations of the night, men and women.
And she hasn't wrestled since, I don't know, 2012? 11?
12. 2011, because Karma debuted in 2011.
Yep. So that was the last time we saw Michelle McCool.
Yeah.
And
she looked great.
No, the last time we saw Trish was WrestleMania.
27, yeah.
Yep. And let's see, Lita, I think the last time we saw her
wrestle was 2006.
Well, yeah, but then she had a moment on Raw 1000.
Molly Holly, we haven't seen
in forever. Kelly haven't seen forever.
No, Kelly was 2012.
Well, yeah, around the same time. Tori Wilson haven't seen forever.
Oh my God, Tori.
Haven't seen her in forever.
Vicky Guerrero, we haven't seen since like 2013.
Well, no, we saw her when they were picking GMs for Raw.
Yeah, but we didn't really see. Well, I guess, yeah.
She showed up. I mean, she was a comedy act still, but the last time we really saw her have like a moment, like a really good moment, was when she got fired.
And then she shoved Stephanie McMahon into the
was it pudding or shit?
It was like a mud pit.
It was a mud pit.
Yes,
and then she went off to Eddie's song, which was great. But
it was
every single one of these women could easily go back, and they really did show that.
And they're not stopping though. That's the thing. After the Rumble, we had Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, the SmackDown and Raw Women's Champions, stand with Asuka, and Asuka gets to choose who to verse, and then Rowdy Ronda Rousey makes her debut.
I think it was a great moment.
I think it took away from the.
I think it definitely did take away from it. But also at the same time,
there would have been no better way to.
Yeah, it would have been no better way to end it. Like,
I think they gave Asuka enough time to really gloat.
Yeah.
I think it's really giving off that outsider view. Like, a lot of people are hating on it. Nia Jax, Nikki Bella.
Well, I think that's
Sasha
good,
Banks.
but I think that's good. It's kind of the Brock Lesnar treatment, so to speak. Did you hear what they might do with
Rousey?
Yeah, they might.
I was gonna get into that.
They might team her.
That's at the very end.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is with Rousey, Asuka slapped her hand when Rousey was gonna shake it. I was very happy to see Ronda. I'm very happy. She came out to
it was
Bad Reputation.
Yeah.
Joan Jett.
Yeah.
She came out with
a very odd song, by the way.
No, it's a great song.
Well, yeah, it's a great song. Oh, okay.
For her, Joan Jett was one of the best female rock singers, in my opinion.
No, I know. I felt like it. I don't know. I think it was the beat of the song. It didn't feel like what I would expect Ronda Rousey to be.
But did you know the jacket she was wearing? Did you hear about that?
That was Piper's, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. It was given to her by his son. 10 minutes before the show.
Oh God.
And the length.
I was about to call her out, and it's like that's a really big jacket. But now that I know it was Piper's, it's like, oh God. Like,
but
you can't really hate on that now.
The amount of effort they put into keeping her secret. She had her stay at a hotel separate from everyone. She was not allowed to go outside. They flied her in secret at night so no one would tell. You know, the best part about this, she signed a full-time WWE deal.
Oh,
She's not like a Brock Lesnar part-timer. She's a full-time WWE Women's superstar.
And oh boy, this is gonna be interesting to say the least.
Yeah. But before I get into more about the Ronda debut and what that means for Mania, we are also getting a women's elimination chamber match.
That's going to be interesting. Did we get anyone competing for that yet? Like
Alexa Bliss.
Well, obviously Alexa Bliss. But I mean, like,
rumor wise, I hear Sasha Banks,
okay,
Bailey, Nia Jax. That's 4, and then the Absolution.
one of them or
Both.
oh, okay, both. Of them.
Sonya and Mandy Rose.
Oh, okay.
Last I heard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But we're also getting a women's elimination chamber match. That's crazy.
Yeah. It certainly is.
They're really.
I think this is definitely a year for women. I think they kind of have to, considering what happened the past several months. But I feel like this is a good direction to go in.
It's great.
I don't see why not. Like, we've been clamoring for this ever since the inception of like the Divas Revolution, which turned into the Women's Evolution.
Yeah.
Whatever really that means, but I mean, we've been clamoring for that for a very long time, and now we're finally getting it. So we're
I'm
happy about
very excited for this. I really am. I'm loving how they're doing it. And looking at how the rosters are from back then to how it is now, the women's division is very deep with talent, deep with characters and stuff. And
I mean, it's deeper than it was a long time ago.
I'm going to be honest, the characters are very different now than like how they
used to be
yeah.
when they would interact
like
with men,
Riot
they would be
Squad
fighting.
is very scrappy. They're very scrappy, hard-nosed group. They're like they reminisce me of the Shield, where they came out to prove a point. Absolution came out for retribution. They came out under the tutelage of Paige. You know, they want to make their mark in a different way because they were Paige was forgotten, and she came back with a vengeance. You know, it's very different when you look at it now compared to, and even look 6 months ago. It's crazy how so much has changed and how everyone is such a defined character.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what this is going to mean going forward, other than we're going to have probably one of the best women main events.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to main event Mania as a whole. I mean, we'll find out. But
we have 3 rumored WWE women's matches for WrestleMania. Would you like to hear them?
Yes, I would.
So, for the SmackDown Women's Championship,
Okay.
Charlotte versus Asuka.
That would be awesome. And then Asuka would win.
Yes.
But that would still be awesome.
Raw Women's Championship. We have Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax.
That would also be good. Not as good as Asuka and Charlotte, though, but it would still be pretty good.
And then we have a mixed tag match of Stephanie McMahon and Triple H versus Ronda Rousey. And there's a couple of partners that she could choose. First choice is The Rock.
That would be awesome. To reminiscence to what, WrestleMania
31. That makes the most sense, and it'd be a great way to get him back on the card. But they might not have him.
Yeah,
because
he's
of
probably
Hollywood.
he's doing probably another movie or something like that.
And he got injured at WrestleMania 29, and that had to push back Hercules and cost him millions of dollars.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so between that, there's also Kurt Angle that they could revisit.
Yeah, that story's still technically going on. So yeah, that makes sense.
The big one, the big replacement for The Rock is yes,
that one. I want that one.
If Ronda can partner with The Rock, it's gonna be Braun Strowman, and then The Miz will face Finn Balor for the IC title.
I would like that a lot.
I would too.
I want that one so much.
I want that.
You know what I really want? I want Ronda Rousey to stay happy, like the way that she was when she came into the Rumble. And then as soon as WrestleMania goes down, her face change, and that's like the best WrestleMania moment right there, is that happy face turning into like the one that I like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. Oh god, it would be so great.
Oh man. But like the fact that we have 3 matches for the women's division, we're excited for 3 of them, and that's not including Sasha Bailey, which could potentially happen to Mania as well. That's 4 matches. And they usually have 9 matches on the card.
Yeah, this one,
they usually have like 9, 10 matches.
Yeah.
I could easily see Sasha Bailey making it.
Yeah, and
at the very least, pre-show.
There's going to be more women's matches than there are going to be men's, at least.
Well, let's see. That's 4.
Well, that's 4, and then what? Then maybe we'll see. I don't know.
We would see men's side Universal Championship, WWE Championship.
Well, they would do some. I wonder if they would do something like an Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial, kind of for the women. But I don't know who they would pick to. Maybe they do one for China, for a remembrance thing for her.
I think they already did the Royal Rumble. I don't think they should go into that just yet. I still think the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal shouldn't have been a thing, or at least so soon after Royal Rumble. I'm still a firm believer of that, but they have to get everyone on the card somehow. But there's a lot they could do, and it's great. I'm loving this women's revolution. I'm loving the fact bringing Ronda Rousey helped bring such legitimacy in the way that Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka could not have done.
Yeah, because she's a draw. Like, say what you want about Rousey, whether she had a terrible last stint in UFC and that she's not the best anymore in MMA.
Yeah.
She's still a fucking draw. You can't deny that. She still has that same star power that fucking Brock Lesnar does.
It's even better than Brock Lesnar, I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, it is. It really, honestly, it is. Like, the way I picture Rousey is, I'm still terrified of Rousey, regardless that she's not an MMA anymore. Like, if I see, I don't know, Asuka in a bar or something like that, I might not be afraid right away, unless I start seeing that smile and that crazy look that she gives right before she fucking kills someone. If Ronda Rousey walks into a bar, I'm already out of the building.
Not gonna lie, I want Rousey to end up taking the championship at SummerSlam, the Raw Championship. Asuka go undefeated, and then they face each other at Survivor Series.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's what would have to be, or Mania. I don't know.
That yeah, because I don't think they could give Ronda the title this soon.
Yeah,
Because they technically didn't do that with Brock. They didn't do that with Brock until what, a year after?
Brock.
Yeah,
Brock took 6 months.
When did he win his title?
He won his title at SummerSlam in 2002. He made his debut earlier that year.
No, not that Brock. I mean, when he came back in 2013. But after he became illegitimate.
2012. He got his title in 2014.
Yeah, so that's why.
But he broke the streak, so I don't know if we can really count Brock Lesnar.
I know, but that's the only comparison I can really give. It's different when he first debuted because he was a wrestler and that's how everyone viewed him as. So that's a little different. I'm talking about from an MMA transitioning back into wrestling.
Yeah, I get you because even if you're looking at Ken Shamrock didn't win his first title until, let's see, he debuted in 96. He didn't win his first title till 98.
Yeah, so at least a year is all we're asking for.
They've had title opportunities.
Yeah, title opportunities, definitely, but definitely not winning. I'd be pretty upset. I think it'd be depending on who it is, because if it's Carmella if she's facing, then I guess I don't really care. Yeah. But if it's facing Asuka, or Charlotte, or Becky, one of the 4 horsewomen for a title,
if Asuka gets the championship and Carmella doesn't cash in her Money in the Bank, what's gonna happen?
Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that. I'm still holding out that she's going to forget by the next Money in the Bank. That's my hope. That'd be such a great story. I think it'd be so funny.
I don't know. I think that would make the
that's
Money
the
in the
only
Bank
thing that's the only thing they haven't done with Money in the Bank.
I think that would make him a joke. I don't think they should do that. I don't think the Money in the Bank should be treated as a joke like that. But I'm excited to see how this women's revolution goes forward. I really am. This Royal Rumble really put into perspective how far they've come, how far they are going, and the wealth of talent that is in that women's division. So, and the talent they're going to continue to get. I cannot wait. I look forward to seeing the rest of the women. I'm
looking forward to the rest of 2018 for at least WrestleMania season.
Yes,
because it's gonna be pretty legit. I'm seeing so many really good stories being built around Asuka, Alexa, Nia Jax, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte. I'm seeing a lot of really good stories being developed between just those alone, and I can only imagine what the other stories are going to be built around. So, I'm going to be pretty happy about it. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast. I'm going to throw a shout out to my mom's coworker. I don't know what your name is, but I know my mom said that you listen. Glad you enjoy our episode. I hope you enjoyed this special podcast. My mom said, hey, my coworker listens to you guys. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So until next time, Audio Marks. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned to our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for the continued use of their equipment and space. Continue supporting us by rating and subscribing through Patreon, Audio Boom, Stitcher, TuneIn, CastBox, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play Music, and Apple Podcasts at Marks for Life Podcast. And now, check out our YouTube channel, Marks for Life, for our podcast playlist and other content. Please follow us on our social media on Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, our Tumblr page, Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook page, Marks for Life Podcast. And email us at marksforlifepodcast@gmail.com for any questions, comments, or feedback. Until next time, Audio Marks.